Good afternoon and welcome to the Thursday, February 25th, 2021 meeting of the Greene County Board of Commissioners. Roll call, please.
Mr. Gould,
Here.
Mr. Kugler,
Here via telephone.
Mr. Perales.
Here.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, approval of minutes.
So move.
Second the motion.
Mr. Gould,
Yes.
Mr. Kugler,
Aye.
Mr. Perales.
Aye.
Approval of work session minutes.
Move for approval of the work session minutes.
I second the motion.
Mr. Gould,
Aye.
Mr. Kugler,
Aye.
Aye.
Perales.
Aye.
Anybody for public comment?
No, sir.
All right. Travel and training.
All local or routine, couple of in-person, but for adult probation, the sheriff's office.
I do have a question here on the juvenile court. At the back, it's over, I'm sorry, not, or CVB. Back it's over from January to December. Is this an online course that they're all taking during that 12-month period, or is it just something that they're anticipating is coming and they're going ahead and getting the approval for the whole year?
So that's our CRM. It's our through Simple View. They're going to provide several online training courses throughout the course of the year. So this is the total for the year for all of those employees.
Okay, all right. Hey, Dick, if you can hold down the movement of the paper, because when you're doing, I can't hear anything, so not to be approved here, but I'll go ahead.
Mr. President, I do have can you tell me, us, what the travel budget's been like this year with the virus versus previous years? Not here or now. I'd just like to know what the effect is, because we're doing a lot of online stuff, but of course, that's so much more cheaper than flying and hotel and,
Yeah, so
right?
that was one of the many cost-saving measures that we implemented right at the start of COVID. We did a hiring freeze. We did essential purchases only. We held back on some capital improvements and the travel training, and we've shifted a lot of that to online. So there was quite a bit of savings in the travel training. I can get you
yeah,
an exact
yes,
number.
when you get a chance. No
It was
rush.
substantial.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Yeah, Rick, we've asked that question before, and the number is staggering. It's huge.
I figured as much. Yeah, good, okay.
We held our total expenses down last year $6 million.
Wow.
$6 million in cuts to the budget last year.
Did we have the motion?
I don't think there was a motion.
We didn't move yet?
No.
Okay, so I move to approve.
Second the motion.
Mr. Gould,
Aye.
Mr. Kugler,
Aye.
Mr. Perales.
Aye.
Transfer of appropriations.
The only one that I'll point out to you there, because it's the largest one, is Family and Children First. That $15,000 is them repaying in advance to the general fund.
I move for approval.
I second the motion.
Mr. Gould,
Aye.
Mr. Kugler,
Aye.
Mr. Perales.
Aye.
Personnel actions.
We have 2 hires. We do have 1 resignation. That's an employee who's been with us since July of last year. She is having a baby and chose to stay home.
Mr. President, if I may.
Absolutely.
So is our hiring freeze now closed?
No.
Or is it position by position
It is
based on
still
its
position.
value?
It is position by position, but we have loosened it up
Okay.
of late because, we've got a better handle on where the finances are. So
Very good.
it's not back full bore, but it's moving up to that.
Okay. Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Gould,
Aye.
Mr. Kugler,
Aye.
Mr. Perales.
Aye.
Board appointment.
This is for the Greene County Port Authority. The Port Authority met a couple weeks ago, and we passed a resolution to recommend Matt Arnovitz to this board for approval, or for appointment to the Port Authority Board.
Tell us a little, Mr. President, tell us a little bit about Matt.
Matt,
Just brief.
Yeah, so the one consideration that we always look for is a county resident or a county business person. Matt Arnovitz does not live in the county. He has relocated outside of the county. However, the Arnovitz name you'll find on lots of real estate throughout the county. So I do believe Matt was born here. He has extensive business and real estate experience that'll benefit, we feel will benefit the Port Authority. And his family not only has a legacy here, but really deep roots in our community, so
And he was excited about helping?
absolutely.
Very good. I move for approval.
I second the motion.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
Recognizing Green Bucks.
It's the Green Bucks 10th Annual Visibility Day. We've supported the resolutions in the past for Green Bucks, and this one recognizes their 10th year.
Yeah, and Mr. President, if I may, Green Bucks is an amazing group of people, and this project here that they're working, especially Owens Place, is for disabled folks, not just children. So they've got playground equipment out there. Is that Rotary Park, right?
Yes.
Rotary Park for kids, but also for adults and veterans who have had injuries that they can't. And it's a real treat. And it's not just. I will tell you this: people come from all over to take their kids and their parents there. It's not just a Beaver Creek or Greene County thing. It is an attraction for the region. So if you haven't been out there, you really need to. Those folks have done a great job. Thank you.
Well, at this event,
Backed out, Rick, the fact that they develop and design and build these bicycles, especially custom built just for them.
Yes.
And Amtrak.
Yes.
And so that they can get around and enjoy the bike paths where normally they wouldn't if they didn't have those special bikes, which is provided by this group. And tell you what, if you've never attended one of their fundraisers,
It's an eye jerker.
Worth the price.
Yeah, and again, the bikes they make for adults too, and veteran adults that have been injured.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a
Absolutely.
tear jerker for sure if you go to one of those events.
Yep, it is. You're right.
that's what I was going to add. They're going to present 6 new trikes at the event on Saturday, so.
A great organization with a great cause and doing great things, so,
Absolutely.
motion?
Move for approval.
Second the motion.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
Let's see here, approving 4E contract?
This is our annual approval of the 4E contract between the Prosecutor's Office and Job and Family Services for the work the Prosecutor's Office has provided to help Children's Services.
Mr. President, could you explain what 4E is?
Yeah, 4E is a state program. It's a very convoluted program. It has to do, there's a formula for reimbursement through the state that has to do with the number of families in poverty in your county. So we provide, the prosecutor's office provides all the support Children's Services needs in all the hearings and filings that they have in juvenile court. And then through this 4E program, we get a portion of those funds back. It's usually somewhere around 60%.
Very good. Okay, thank you, sir. Move for approval of the 4E contract, Job and Family Services Prosecuting Attorney's Office.
I second that motion.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
Authorization to advertise?
This is for our state fiscal year 21 CDBG allocation public hearings. We'd like the authorization to schedule a public hearing for March 18th and May 27th for the next year's program income.
Move for approval.
Before you do that, real quick, Brandon, is this do you remember off the top of your head whether these funds have been reduced or not from the previous period?
They have not. This is the same number we had the last time.
Good, good. I'm sorry. I second the motion.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
Authorization to apply.
Yeah, the Common Pleas Court General Division would like authorization to apply for a Supreme Court of Ohio technology grant. They estimate the cost of the equipment, the video equipment to upgrade courtroom 1, 2, and 3 will be between $80,000 and $100,000. There is no match to the grant, and there's no ongoing maintenance charge with the upgrade of the equipment.
Wow. I move for approval to apply for the grant.
Brandon, do you have any idea what when the last time this was, when this equipment was put in? How long has the existing equipment been there?
So that probably, and I'm guessing here, but somewhere around 15 years or so, and it's constantly.
I thought we put it in during my tenure.
No, it's been upgraded several times. About every 5 years or so, it seems they look for a grant to upgrade it, but I know it's been in there a good long time.
Okay. Rick, did you make a motion, Rick?
I did.
All right, I second.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
Approving the Blue Scope construction agreement.
Yeah, as at least two of you are aware, I'm not sure if Commissioner Perales has been up to speed on this project or not, but we have some significant issues with the dam spillway at Spring Lakes. That's the dam spillway, not the dam spillway. It's the control equipment that is failing, so we need to we need to put in a cofferdam, an inflatable cofferdam, as it turns out, and rework all that equipment. We put it in the 2021 Capital Improvement Fund, so there is $300,000 in our budget to cover this. So we'd like to authorization to contract with Blue Scope Construction to perform that work for us.
Rick, now that you live where you live, you're only probably 15 minutes from this Stock Lake for your grandchildren, so something to think about.
Thanks for that, Tom.
We
So
can help you fill out the.
Mr. President, if I may,
Absolutely.
so the bid, the government estimate, the county estimates within $300,000,
Yes, we estimated $300,000.
and their bid was?
Their bid was about I've got it in here, it's 270 and change.
Good, okay.
The extra 300, the contract's going to be for $300,000 because we have asked for some additional riprap. So while they're
Okay.
there doing that work, we're going to spend the rest of what we had budgeted to do some riprap around the balance of the lake.
Okay, very good. I move to approve the Blue Scope construction agreement.
I second that motion.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
Authorizing the county administrator to sign our water loan documents.
As part of our ongoing reinvestment campaign in our water and sewer infrastructure, this is yet another step. Mr. Tinky will be updating you in the work session about the overall project, but this is a couple more of the water main projects that we need to get accomplished. Specifically, one of the ones in here is the Oliva Drive. That is a connection, a critical connection between two properties that will connect our system to the Dayton-Montgomery County system along Wilmington Pike. So all of these lead up to that, but that is one of the most crucial connections and has been the most problematic. We've sought after this connection for many, many years, and Mr. Tinkyu has met with the property owners out there and convinced them to grant the easement to allow this. So without that critical connection, all this infrastructure would be for naught. We wouldn't be able to reach that Wilmington Pike corridor. So I'm really excited that was part of this bundle.
I'm with you. I'm very excited about this. It's just another step to really creating a water process, a water program for all the water users of Greene County. Going leading up to that the soft water system, and so I think this is just another step towards making everything better. So everybody, Jason, will be very proud of being able to accomplish this.
100% agreed.
Move for approval of the authorization of allowing the administrator to sign for the loan documents.
I second the motion.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
And selecting the proposal and qualifications for design build services.
This is another one of these actions that will take you gentlemen mere seconds to approve, and it's just had hours and hours and hours of work from a lot of people to get it to this point. So that always resonates with me when you take this action within a couple seconds. But there's quite a team that was put together to interview the three teams that submitted design build proposals. So this is the first step that you're taking to get a team, and in this case, Shook AECom, under contract as a result of this, that will lead us down the pike of, or down the path of our water plant upgrade, a roughly $30 million project that will provide that soft water that Commissioner Kugler was just talking about. So this action selects that proposal and the qualifications of Shook AECom, and gives us authorization to enter into contract negotiations with that team.
Both these organizations have a great reputation, and I think it's a good choice.
I'll tell you what, we had three wonderful teams that submitted on this. We had a team of Black and Veatch and Kokosing, and then we had a team that was Peterson and Hazen, formerly CDM, right? Yeah. And then we had this Shook AECom. Our team, our selection team, was convinced we could get a quality product with any of the three. And these are teams that do work right here locally. So we had a tough decision to land on this one. And we spent a couple hours after the interviews on calls just trying to figure out who was going to give us the best product. And we couldn't have gone wrong with either of the three teams. But we're convinced in this case that this team edged out the other two by that much.
Mr. President?
Go ahead.
I think it's a good choice.
Hold, Tom, hold, please.
So, selecting proposal and qualifications.
Yes, that's what we advertised for.
Qualifications.
Yes, so this is
But you're actually going to contract the A&E to do the work.
So it's a design build team. So
Right.
what Shook is the contracting arm, and AECom is the design firm.
Qualifications threw me off. Okay, but it's a selection of their proposals.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and you're putting that money up against that.
Yes.
Okay, and then have we gotten costs? You did it just based on their qualifications.
No, it was cost were part of the scoring criteria.
Okay,
So we know they gave us an initial cost estimate of what it would be. They've outlined all of their principles and what the per hour rate is. So cost was one portion. I believe it was 25% of the scoring criteria. When we put the score, I got them right here, actually. The pricing proposal was 25% of the
Okay.
scoring criteria.
then let me answer this. They put some cost in there, or was it per cost or total cost?
Both.
Okay.
So the way this works is you will have a phase one, which is the contract that we'll bring you is for the first phase of design. So that will get you all the way to a guaranteed max price. That's how you do
Okay,
progressive
so right
design
now,
build.
there's no commitment on the price.
There
That was a
will be.
ballpark.
As a result of, not the total project price is yet to be determined. You'll get that when we get the GMP in about a year.
Okay,
So this piece right here, when we bring you that contract, it's going to be right around $2 million. That's what the front piece of this costs. So we'll pay about $2 million. That'll get us to 90% drawings, and it'll get us our guaranteed
A
max
solid
price for the
estimate.
project.
okay, very good, thank you.
Tom, did you have something?
No, I'm good.
Move for approval of the selection of the proposal and qualifications, design build services.
I second the motion.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
Any comments, Tom?
I do have a question on a email we received on the no reply on our county network from a gentleman that lives there off of West Slater Court, and he talked about the Beaver Creek zoning and 200 homes. And are you familiar with what I'm talking about, Brandon?
I do.
Okay, what I'm trying to figure out. out where he's at, what he's talking about there.
So
Can you give me some?
So if I may, I will follow up with you via email. I sent that email to Devin Shoemaker for the same reason. I wanted some detail on what development that he was referring to. Devin just replied to me shortly before I walked down here. So I'll provide, I can't remember exactly where it was either, other than it's close to Spindletop. I do remember reading that in
Yeah,
his email.
it just seems he's very confusing with his description there, and I thought maybe I was just missing something, so, okay, good.
No, I know it's up by Spindletop. He's worried about that maybe we're overdeveloping that area, contributing to additional traffic, that sort of thing. So I plan to forward you Devin's email, and then I can formulate a response for this gentleman. But I wanted to, same thing, I wanted to do a little homework on it first.
If I'm,
When people respond like that, I always wonder what they thought when they built their house, what the neighbors that were already there thought about the overpopulation.
if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was one of the items that was approved at regional planning last week.
Yeah,
It was, I think you're right, Dick, but the way he describes it, I'm sorry, I'm just not following it, and it must be that area over there behind, Stone Hill somehow, that it's back in there, that's kind of hard to get to type place, but, I'm assuming that's where it's at, but I just thought maybe, somebody else had more knowledge or vision on this than I did, after reading that.
it's adjacent to Spindletop, the Spindletop development.
Okay,
So I'll like I said, I'll forward you Devin's email this afternoon.
that's good, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, Tom?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, Mr. President, thank you. Just wanted to bring to everyone's attention that on April 24th, we're going to be celebrating a true hero in a world and time when heroes thrown out there much too often. We have a resident lives in Sugar Creek, Jim Pee Wee Martin. A lot of you have heard of him. A lot of you know him. Yes. Was he calling me? Oh. He's going to turn 100. And if you don't know him, he jumped in Normandy, World War II, of course, and he is still active. They're going to have a bunch of veteran jump groups coming to Skydive, Ohio, and I know, Brandon, you're talking to him about that, to jump to celebrate his birthday right here in Xenia. Be a lot of media attention. They'll have the event as best they can. They'll have maybe a food truck out there and ways they're going to try to build a bust for him in the city, in the township, excuse me. You won't find a more heroic but modest guy than Jim Pee Wee Herman. Oh my goodness, sorry about that, Martin. Boy, there was a slip. Was that? Can you cut that out? Can you edit that out? He'll let me hear it too. Probably not the first time he's heard that. Anyway, I want to make it aware, and I want to make sure that we get plenty of press out so we can support that guy right here in our own backyard. The number of World War II folks are dwindling fast. There aren't many left. So he's a hero, and we want to make sure we treat him that way. Tom, did you have something?
No, I just coughed there. No, I totally agree with you. He is a great individual, and everything you said about being modest, but also he's always been very involved in the community.
Yes.
His heart has always been in the right place, wanting to do the right thing the smart way, and so anything that we can do to help facilitate that supporting that, I agree with it.
That's all I have, Mr. President.
Okay. The only thing I have is, Tom, since you've still got a little bit of time, can you update us on the meeting yesterday, the Executive Committee for Regional Planning, on that development off of Treybine? Because in the meeting, I was kind of taken aback that we weren't going to approve it because it was, I thought we had it, according to the engineer, we had it agreed. So anyhow, just let me know so I'm not surprised at the regional planning meeting.
Here's, I guess, let me just give you the Leader's Digest version, because this is one of those that you need to, there's multi-chats that I need to sit down and talk with you and Rick about. The bottom line is that what was submitted is where we're going. The effort was trying to connect Dayton Senior with Overbrook, which is the road that's going to go on over to Trayvine, for multiple reasons, and now's not the time to talk about them. That is probably not going to work out at this point after multiple meetings and getting a lot of people involved. It's probably not going to work out. Not at this point. Maybe sometime in the next few months, people will start seeing the big picture, but I don't know. But at this point, the plan as submitted is what is going through, and that will be no connection to Dayton Xenia from Overbrook, but it will connect with Trayvine, creating another intersection not too far from the Dayton Xenia intersection, which is, as far as I'm concerned, all those intersections are just going to create another 725 or other road that has that type of traffic problem. So over the years, so we'll see. But I trust me, I did everything I could to try to help facilitate a connection, and it just didn't work out.
So it's not the solution that regional planning or the county engineer would have liked to have seen in that whole area. However, the plan that they presented works. So there's no reason to say no to it, other than it's not what we would like to have seen. So that's
that's
that
what,
discussion was about, can we still make something better work? And their position was, this works, you have to approve it, and they're right.
okay, no, that's
I
the
need some
understanding.
history on this, guys. I'm kind of in the dark, so,
This is-
but not now, like Tom
We can-
said.
yeah.
Let's figure out when we
Yeah,
can
we
put
can
it on
chat
the
about it.
agenda, or you can get me up to speed offline.
Yep.
Right,
Thanks, Tom.
I'm good. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
So we'll
No,
take
not a
a,
problem. I was going to get with you guys. Unfortunately, I didn't get in there today to talk about it because there was several meetings with multiple people, and I'm very disappointed as how it turned out. But hey, it is what it is, and we'll move forward. And we'll never know what the future is going to bring here for us.
All right. And no,
we'll take a 1 or 2 minute break, and then we'll go right into work
we will have a
session.
work
How long can
session.
Tom be with us?
Pardon?
Yeah, I have to probably get out of here no later than 10 till 2. So
Okay.
whatever works for you guys.
All right, you
Then,
want us to
Mr.
call you
President,
back?
I would suggest that we,
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and do that? Because I don't know, your 2 minutes, maybe 5. Who knows?
Yeah, Lisa
You know,
walk
you know how
slow
Rick- you know how
sometimes.
Rick is.
I suggest, Mr. President, that we take care of business all the way till when he has to go and just defer all the other items you have until next week.
Okay, I'll prioritize.
Thank you.
All right, well, meeting